My story begins with a sentence I never imagined would come out of the mouth of the woman I loved. She looked me straight in the eyes and said she was pregnant by my own brother and that I should deal with it. That one line shattered something inside me so violently that I felt the room tilt. But before we get there, you need to understand how deeply I trusted her and how hard the fall truly was. I'm Aaron, and before everything collapsed, I believed my life was stable. I believed Maya loved me. We had been together for years, living side by side, building memories and routines. She had this soft laugh that used to calm me down after long days, and I thought that meant something real. I thought we were solid. My brother Adam and I weren't extremely close, but we were still family. And Maya always insisted she liked that I had someone to depend on outside of her. Things felt peaceful, normal, safe. At least that's what I thought before the cracks started forming. It started small. Maya suddenly began guarding her phone like it contained state secrets. She would smile at messages she refused to show me. When I entered a room, she would flip a screen face down so fast it was almost rehearsed. She said I was being insecure. She said she was allowed to have private conversations. She said I needed to relax, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was shifting. Her hugs felt distant, her kisses shorter, her excuses longer. Late outings with friends who never seemed to know she was coming. Nights she came home, smelling like cologne that wasn't mine. Little inconsistencies that added up until denial wasn't an option anymore. Something was off. I just didn't want to believe what the signs already screamed at me. The truth hit me the same week I found a receipt for a restaurant neither of us had ever been to. 2 dinners, 1 wine. 1 dessert. I asked her about it and she said she went out with a coworker, but the name she said didn't match the signature on the receipt. A day later, Adam started acting weird around me, avoiding eye contact, avoiding conversations, avoiding being alone near Maya. That's when the knot in my stomach tightened so severely I couldn't sleep. I started watching, listening, connecting dots I didn't want to see. Then one night, I saw her leaving the house on foot, whispering on her phone, heading down the street toward the same direction Adam lived. Something inside me broke open, so I followed her. Quiet, slow, careful. What I saw next crushed me. She walked right up to Adam's door, knocked twice, and slipped inside like she belonged there. I waited outside long enough to know this wasn't innocent. I knew I had to hear the truth from her, no matter how ugly it was. The next morning, she came home, looking tired, but not guilty. She stood in the kitchen, grabbed a glass of water, looked at me with annoyance instead of remorse, and dropped the bomb like it was just another piece of information. She said she was pregnant. I froze. My chest tightened. But before I could process anything, she added that it wasn't mine. She said the baby belonged to Adam. She said it casually, like Savuzin, detonating my entire life. And then she told me I needed to deal with it because she wasn't leaving him. The anger that rose inside me was so sharp, it almost choked me. She didn't even apologize. Not once. She didn't try to explain. She just expected me to accept it. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. Instead, I decided to give her exactly what she thought she wanted, but on my terms. I told her I understood and needed time. I acted calm, reasonable, accepting. She relaxed, thinking I was surrendering. But while she settled into her new fantasy, I began quietly preparing my revenge. I gathered every message I'd already suspected existed. I pulled photos from a cloud account she didn't know I had access to. Screenshots of her meeting Adam. Voice notes she sent him. Everything. Then I reached out to Adam with a simple message. I told him. I knew. He panicked. He begged me not to tell anyone. He said it was a mistake. But I ignored all of it. I wasn't interested in comforting either of them. Instead, I invited both of them to meet me for lunch. Maya walked in, smiling, thinking maybe I wanted to talk things through. Adam looked like he'd aged 10 years overnight. I placed my phone on the table and played one of her voice notes aloud. Her voice filled the room while everyone around us began to stare. She had no idea she had been recorded telling him she never intended to stay with me anyway, that she wanted something new, that she hoped I wouldn't make things messy. Adam buried his face in his hands. Maya went pale. I let the whole recording play. Then I calmly told them I was done. No yelling. No insult. Just closure, delivered with the dignity they never gave me. I stood up, left money for my meal, and walked out without looking back. Life after that took time to rebuild. The hurt didn't disappear overnight, but the clarity did something powerful for me. I learned that betrayal doesn't destroy you unless you let it. It breaks you open just enough to see who you should have never trusted. Adam eventually tried to reach out. I blocked him. I had tried too. Months later, claiming she made a mistake, I blocked her as well. I didn't need apologies from people who never valued me in the first place. One chose myself. I chose peace, and that decision changed everything. The moral is simple. Karma is patient but always precise. When someone plays with your loyalty, the universe plays with their comfort, and the quiet revenge of walking away with your self-respect is stronger than any scream or fight. If you want more real stories of betrayal, revenge, and transformation, make sure you subscribe to SilkMirror for the next one.